In today's video, I'm going to show you how I plan out my 2025. I know it's almost March, but I figured it's better to have a plan and attack, and so I'm going to show you how I do that with the board behind me. I started with printing out the months of the year. Notice I don't have January, as January is already passed. I created these in Canva using the font Saphira March. Then I created a new document in Canva where I placed all of the pattern illustrations that I plan to make for the entire year of 2025. If you're not familiar with Canva, I recorded a tutorial to show you how to do this. In order to create the little pattern pieces, what I've done is log into Canva and I create a blank document, and then I'm going to go over to uploads, but first I need to go find a pattern that I want to make. So let's say, for instance, when we go to simplicity, I know I want to use my ME 2038. So I'm going to go pull up the pattern on simplicity.com. I'll click on it and then I'll scroll all the way down to the line art. Now I know this summer I want to make the 3-tier version. So I'm going to take a screenshot, except I don't want that little line art in there. So let me click off a screenshot. And now when I go to my uploads, forgive me because this is what I use for school. So you're going to see a lot of like school photos in here. But I screenshot it here. I'm going to open it up. And you can see it's loading. And now I'm going to click it over. And I did a pretty good job of making sure that I didn't get anything with it. Let's say that I accidentally cropped in this A or this front. Then you can go to the background remover and remove that so that it just is the outline. Now I'm going to size it to the size that I want. And then I would go ahead and do the same for all the rest of the pattern pieces that I would like to cut out to put on my felt board. This is probably the most tedious part of this whole process, is cutting out each individual little illustration individually, but the end result makes it worth it. In 2025, I plan to make 3 pants. Starting from left to right, we have McCall's 8562 View D, the Lane Pants from Sid Graham, and KnowMe 2054. I also plan to make 5 jackets. Starting in the upper left-hand corner and going clockwise, we have Simplicity 3071 by Mimi G, McCall's 8565, the Eliza Trench by Papercut Patterns, McCall's 8561, and KnowMe 2100. I don't know why I put overalls in their own category, but I do plan to make the Riley overalls by True Bias, both views. I also plan to make 2 skirts. Both skirts are coordinated sets and not standalone pieces. The first is KnowMe 2114 and the second is McCall's 8561. Here are the matching coordinated sets. I may even throw in my pattern, ME 2073, not pictured here. I also plan to make 4 tops. Starting from left to right, we have KnowMe 2114, which is a part of a coordinated set, McCall's 8562 View B, which is also part of a coordinated set, McCall's 8557, and KnowMe 2046 View C. And it really shouldn't come as no surprise, but in 2025, I plan to make 10 dresses. Dresses are the easiest thing to wear as a teacher, and they never come long enough for my 6'2" frame. From the upper left-hand corner and going clockwise, we have the Ella Dress by Silver Saga, my KnowMe Summer pattern, which isn't released yet, my KnowMe Summer pattern 2038, KnowMe 2068, McCall's 8553, KnowMe 2045, the Daily Dress by Caden Naughton, KnowMe Summer pattern again, KnowMe 2076, and Eleonora Dress by Silver Saga. For the dresses, you see a wide variety of both Big 5 and independent pattern designers, which I love to support both. So here we are in my little sewing nook. It is literally a nook. You can see I can touch both my arms out the whole nook. This is I'm still working on organizing and cleaning. And then over here, you can see all of my machines, my books, my iron, and all those things. So this is what I've had to condense down to because of this. So my sewing room became her bedroom. Yeah. So today we're going to be focusing on putting up my inspiration on the wall for what I want to be sewing in 2025. Now, in my other sewing room, I had these blocks. Now, these little square blocks are, you stick them to the wall and they're little felt squares. So it's really nice because they can help with the sound, but also they're decorative. You can put little pins on them. Here's an example that I had from last year. So we're going to add them to the wall. They are felt squares, and I bought these probably a year ago off Amazon. I have them linked in my Amazon storefront, but they're by the brand Decorita or something like that. And so essentially these pins are not included for the pegboard, but it's a felt board, and for me, we live in a rental, so I really don't want to put anything like crazy on the wall, so I have to make do with what I can while living in a rental. And so I buy these, and they're perfect because you can put them together and they help absorb sound, but then also they are a great mood board, or you visually see your goals for the year, which I'm such a visual person, so I need this. Now, because these were in the other bedroom, which is now my daughter's bedroom, I had to reorder a pack of the little stickies, and so it came in a pack of like a bajillion. But anyways, you place one of these on each 4 corners of the felt, and it's like a sticky substance, and it's perfect because you can kind of see it there, but it's like a clear gummy sticky sort of sticker. If I take off the other side, so it's transparent and it attaches to the wall perfectly, so I never dropped the boards while they were in the other room. Nothing ever fell off the wall, and when I peeled it off the wall, no paint came up. So I think this is perfect if you're looking to not damage any walls, or if you live in a rental like me, it's perfect because you can get away with putting something on the wall but having it not damage it. So you probably can't see it on camera, but what I did was measure across the whole wall, and then I placed a little mark here on the wall in pencil that is easily erasable when we move out. And so because these are gridded, and I have 12 of them, so I'm going to set them up 4 by 3, I think, just to have like a nice big rectangle. So, but I'm gonna do them 4 by 3 so I can get a nice big grid right here in front of where I sew, because the plug is right down here, so I bring up the cords. So I kind of want everything to be right here so I can see it and be motivated when I sew. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all 12 on now. Here you can see I'm placing all of the stickers to the corner of each of the boards. This process takes a couple of minutes. Hanging them on the wall was a very quick process. I used a level to make sure that they were level. I played around with different layout options, but ultimately landed on the 4 by 3 to fit into the room. Again, these are the Decorita boards. They are on Amazon and can be found in my storefront. I'll link them below. I really like this plain option, but they have tons of other options with designs that you can choose from. They come together so flawlessly. I literally did it with a baby in less than 10 minutes. Then it was time to start assembling the board. I started with the month of March, since I'm literally posting this at the end of February. Now, I like to lay out my makes to see what I'm going to make throughout the year. I typically tend to do it based on weather, when I'm in school, what I would be probably wearing that month when I'm back to teaching. March is my first month back from maternity leave, so I'm planning to make some things that go well at school. I'm an extremely visual person, so this helps my mind kind of organize all of my pattern inspiration that I want to make with the fabrics that I have in my stash. We're forecasted to get lots of rain in March, so I'm going to make a puffer coat, some comfy lane pants because I am still very much postpartum, and this 2-piece set that is a new release from McCall's. Planning out my year like this allows me not to overconsume fabric or patterns. It also helps me to see any gaps I might have in my closet if I do need to purchase new patterns. In 2025, I'm trying to be more conscious of my purchases, and this method helps me be more mindful. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe.